Hello, I'm gonna show you the second option now to do unwrapping. I've gone and modified the model's unwrap, and I've made it so it's not nicely unwrapped anymore. As you can see here, it's really messy again. And I'm gonna start off by doing a similar technique that we did last time. So I'm gonna select all the faces here. So if I select all these faces and apply planar map and hit Y, what I'm gonna do is, because I'm happy with the way this area here is unwrapped, so if I go open UV editor and see, and just turn the checker pattern on for now, you'll see that all this is nicely unwrapped, the front part of the face, and then what happens is if I rotate this, it stretches from there, and then the back is okay again. So this method, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the leave the bit the bit that's unwrapped nicely the way it is, and then focus on other parts that we need to fix. So to start off with, what we'll do is we'll select a face. So let's select these faces and use the grow option. I'm gonna close that for now. So if I hit the plus sign, and we're pretty much growing. So that's pretty much the whole face selected there. What we'll do is we'll hit the minus and get rid of half of the face. So I'll do the same on this side. Just get rid of that. So get rid of the ears as well. Just make sure the ears are not selected. So again, we'll leave it at that level. So if I go onto my Open UV editor and turn on my checker again, just so I can see what the results are like. So if I'm selecting it, so yeah, so we'll leave it till here because we know the stretching kind of starts from this point onwards. So I'm gonna close all these bits. So I'm gonna deselect all these bits. Maybe I'm gonna deselect up to the chin. So it starts stretching from this point. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm saying that I'm happy with the unwrap from this point till this point. So I'm gonna deselect all these other bits, and I'm gonna separate that into a separate unwrap segment. So if there's probably faster ways of deselecting, but since I'm used to doing this, I'll just quickly go ahead and deselect all these. Again, this process can be time consuming, just simply by selecting, deselecting. So that's near enough there. So I'm saying that I'm happy with this, so I'm gonna go here, hit unweld, basically break, and I've taken another chunk out of the back which we don't need. So make sure everything's deselected. That's deselected. Got part of the ear selected here, we don't need. That's pretty much it now, I think. So I'm gonna hit break, and I'm gonna separate that bit. I'm gonna select this bit and put it here for now. So that bit I'm happy with, so that's pretty much there. So I can ideally even select certain parts of the face, for instance, that begin to stretch here, so all the edges, and try to do a relax on that area. So if I just select this again, I'm doing this quite roughly because this process it takes a bit longer than the last process that we did. For that reason, I'm gonna try to do things a bit more quickly rather than making longer videos. So when you're doing this, make sure you select the right kind of faces, and it's not as rough as this, as I've got it selected. So I'm gonna hit the just on these faces that I've got selected. I'm gonna use the relax tool to see how much of a difference that makes. So if I press apply, you can see how it's fixed it from before. It's still stretching a little bit, but it's much better than it was before. So if I undo that, you can see how it stretches there. If I apply that and press apply, you can see it's a bit better. Still got a bit of stretching, but it's much better. The other one that you can do is by angle, see if that makes a big difference. Yeah, that's a bit better. So do it by polyangle, and you'll see that now there's no stretching whatsoever around these edges, so that's nicely stretched out now. So that's a good chunk of our face done. The other thing we'll have to worry about is the nose area. So obviously there'll be overlapping bits in here. So what we'll do is we'll hold down, we'll select the UVs in this area. So just turn that off, select the UVs, just maybe we need to do more. So again, I'm doing this quite roughly, so select, and I'm gonna hit tools and relax and hit apply. Again, this has made it nice and flat for me. There's a little bit more stretching going on than before just here, so I can quickly fix this by tweaking some of these UVs by hand, by moving them out a bit, maybe in this way. Get this one to move a little bit more. Again, but that level will be fine. You can see already that this is looking much better than before. It's nice, no stretching going on here. No stretching going on here. I'm going to cut the video short, and because the next stage might take us much longer, so I'll cut this video for now, and we'll carry on in the next video.